Pokemon X and Y. Objectively, the best Pokemon games. I think everyone can agree. Games that are so good, so amazing, so incredible, so... that Nintendo decided to skip an entire generation of Pokemon just to make a spiritual successor of it on the Switch. Which is kind of weird, kind of funny, kind of ironic even, considering that Kalos is based off of, objectively, the worst country in the world. France. Okay, just kidding. But, Pokemon X and Y. Pokemon Y and X. Pokemon Y is X. Pokemon Who is X? And what is he gonna give me? Pokemon X and Y are some of my favorite Pokemon games, but all for the wrong reasons. You see, I believe Pokemon X and Y are kind of like the root of Pokemon games.
Hi, babe.
A combination of the game's stupid story and silly characters, all while the tone is mostly serious, gives the game a sort of so bad it's good quality that I don't really feel any other Pokemon game really has. And I'm excited to be trying it out as my very first attempt at a hardcore Nuzlocke. Now I know what you're asking. Well, actually, you're not asking, because nobody's gonna watch this. So I know what you're not asking, nobody. What is a hardcore Nuzlocke? Well, I'm glad you didn't ask. You see, a hardcore Nuzlocke is like a Nuzlocke, but with more rules. Standard Nuzlocke rules are: you catch the first Pokemon you encounter on a route, you name that Pokemon, and then if that Pokemon dies, you can never use them in a battle again. But a hardcore Nuzlocke adds extra rules to make it so it's more difficult. These rules are: you cannot use items in battle, you must have your game set on set mode, and finally, you cannot level up your Pokemon past the next gym leader and or the champion. I'll also be adding my own rule about not being able to use Pokemon with base stats over 600, which basically means no legendary and no super powerful megas.
Know your fucking place, trash!
But I will be giving one exception to that rule. I will also be using the species clause, which is a rule that is often added to Nuzlocks, even though I really don't feel I'll need it, because it is X and Y, there's like a fucking billion Pokemon in this game. Anyways, with my rambling over, let's get into the game. Ooh! That's some, crispy sounding audio right there. At least it sounds a little bit better when we actually get into the game. We get introduced to the world of Pokemon by this handsome hunk of man.
Handsome hunka!
I create my character, name him Cringe, and we jump right into our adventure by getting stabbed by a bird. After that experience, I do what I always do. Waste away my day playing Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Nintendo Wii U system. After spending like 10 hours failing to get the Ares 90, I finally decide to put on some pants and go downstairs to talk to my mom, who immediately orders me to go outside at like 2 o'clock in the morning to talk to some completely random strangers. So I exit my house and encounter women, who are really awkwardly lit compared to the background. They introduce themselves as Serena and Shauna, and insist I follow them to the next town over, because some guy I don't know is gonna give me a free Pokemon. Seems legit to me. And so I get right on that, and definitely don't spend the first like 20 minutes of the game bumming around the first town talking to people. So I finally decide to move on to the next town, and ooh, there's a Pokeball store there. I should be able to... Maybe if I just ignore them, they'll go away. Hey, do you like Pokemon? No. Okay, let's those. Okay, let's go. Fine. Let's go talk. I sit down with Sabrina and Shauna, and these two other ball lickers, Trino, some annoying fat ass who likes to dance, and Trevor, some nerd with a gay name. Trino, for no reason, starts talking about calling each other by nicknames, and ooh, I got this. We have boring, ham planet, annoying, and overrated. Can I call you the Seameister? If you ever call me by that again, I will rip off your head and use your eye socket as a flesh. No way. He's a little C for sure. No, it's not little. It's average size for Vietnam. What? You want me to give a nickname to someone I just met? Thank you, Trevor. See, he gets it. How about something low-key? Maybe something like Big C? See? Trevor gets it. It is big. In North Korea. Just call me by my name. Okay, cringe fits perfectly. Yeah. Oh. Badass finally gives us our chance to choose our Pokemon, and let's see what we get. We have my least favorite Pokemon, or at least the Pokemon that becomes my least favorite Pokemon. And I'm not a furry, so no thank you. Which leaves us with one option, the Grass Giga Chad Chespin, whom I have a hell of a time trying to think of a name. I think maybe something like Giga Chad or Slapnuts, but I finally figure out a good name for him. Introducing the Big Booty Daddy, the man with the largest arms in the world. When Big Papa Pump comes to town, all his hooches come around. Introducing my starter, Scott Steiner.
I'm just hard!
The brown-haired lady takes the frog, and the blonde lady takes the furry. Trevor gives us our Pokedex, and Lardass gives us a letter for our mom. Oh, I get it now. This professor guy or whatever wants me out of the house so he can take my mom to Nirvana. But my mom will never see this letter because... I will be, keeping it. We head to Route O. Well, crap, guess I gotta give her the letter anyways. Well, heading home, Shauna challenges us to a battle. But the stupid dumb idiot moron lady forgot that she chose the water frog, and I have a grass type. So I whip her ass and return home to give me mom the letter. She knows what's going down and quickly rushes me out of the house. I buy some Pokeballs and head to the first route to catch a Pokemon. Any day now. Okay, fine. I take a step into the first encounter, and we find ourselves a Pidgey, which I decide to name Bird Jesus, carrier of the Holy Helix fossil. After we sit through a catching tutorial, which is weird because I already caught a Pokemon, we enter Viridian Forest. Finally, we're alone. After all that, oh fuck. Well, let's see what Pokemon we find ourselves in the forest. A drum roll, please. Oh great. It's Shithair, the most beloved Pokemon in the world. Though I guess it could come in handy for the first gym, so it's fine I guess. We reach the end of Viridian Forest and everybody regroups, and we decide to leave together. Okay, 1, 2, 3, go. I wonder if I just stay here, if they'll eventually leave. Probably not. On Route 3, I catch an Azumarill. Woo! And I call Azumarill Batman. And oh, it has thick fat. What a blue balls. I enter Santaloon Town, hit an invisible wall, then try to buy a hat, only to leave because the hat is too expensive. I head out east to Route 22 to catch a new Pokemon and do some training. I walk up to the first trainer and, oh, bad matchup. Okay. Scott Steiner, go. Oh shit. Okay. Batman, he has a water move and thick fat. It should be easy. And oh, I guess he doesn't have Ember. Oh shit. Ah, crap. That's a lot of damage.
Ooh, that's kind of small.
Okay. Let's send out Bird Jesus, and oh, he does more damage than me. Okay, it's fine. It will be fine. It will be fine. If I send in Steiner, he doesn't have Ember for some reason. It should be fine.
Bruh.
Mein Führer. Steiner. Steiner just got hit by Ember and Bird. The fuck you mean he got hit by Ember? Why the fuck didn't he use a Oh, right. Water spout. Oh, okay, whatever. I believe in the final victory, and yeah, see, GG, easy, no read. That would have been a little bit embarrassing to lose my starter Pokemon before the first gym, but on the bright side, I caught a Bunnelby, whom I name Scatman. After we do some training, I'm finally ready to take on the first gym. But first, we need to get the roller skates. One of my favorite features in this game, and I have to manually adjust the settings so I can use the circle pad every time I load the game. Fuck. So we fight our way through the gym, and finally reach the gym leader. And my strategy is pretty simple. We use Bird Jesus until he gets some low health, and then we switch out to Pooh Hair to, do the rest. Which is a good plan. Until Bird Jesus gets hit by Swarm, and I forget that I can't switch him out. Which means that, unfortunately, Bird Jesus dies. Truly, a noble sacrifice. He died to save both our immortal souls and the run itself. Godspeed, Bird Jesus. And Pooh Hair finishes up the rest, winning us our first badge. I guess, way to go, Pooh Hair. Moving on to Route 4, and I guess I lost those fucking nerds. On Route 4, I catch myself a male Combi, who I name Bumblebee. Everything's going good. No pukesters to my left, and no pukesters to my right. We finally made it to the end of our first route without someone... Who the hell are these dickheads? I mean, they gave me return, and they pointed out where the Pokemon Lab is, which is helpful, I guess. Now that we're in the Pokemon Lab, we can finally confront that motherfucker. Okay, you listen here, you fucking... Oh no, he's hot! We get to chatting, and Who's It and What's It shows up, and I have to battle Professor Sexymore. We win the battle easy peasy, despite a bad matchup at the start. After the battle, I get to choose a Kanto starter, and after some deliberating, I decide to take Charmander, so I can replace Pooh Hair. I decide to name my Charmander after one of the greatest lizards in history, Bill Clinton. Why Is It and How's It shows up, great. And I slip out, only to get stopped by this goofy dude, who mutters some shit about beauty or whatever. When he finally shuts up, the Goober Gang shows up behind me, and I need to go to some cafe or something. Yeah, fuck that shit. I'm going to the next... Never mind. Guess I'll go explore the city and... Oh! A new clothing store. Was that fashion racism? Does anyone even remember that this feature exists?
All torture from a Wikipedia. The free is a...
Okay. We need to go to a cafe. Is this the cafe? How about this one? Maybe this one? Ooh, I see it. There's like a fucking billion cafes in here and they're all fucking useless. Okay, I go to the right one. And I see Carrot Top talking to some lady dressed like an angel. They leave, which means I can leave to Route 5. Oh my god, what is it now? Lucario seems to like you. I don't care. On Route 5, Scott Steiner evolves into this thing. This next part of the video I lost because I'm dumb. So, Poop Hair dies fighting a Kadabra. I beat the shit out of Fat Boy, and I caught a Doduo, which I name Doduo. Go see the castle. Oh my god, not this fucking lady again. I start zoning out at this point, so I don't really know what's going on. The best I can gather is that there's a thing in the road and I need to get a thing at Versailles to move the thing. And until that, I can't catch a Pokemon on Route 7, so to Route 6. Luckily, I don't encounter a Pokemon on my way to Versailles, go back into the tall grass, and encounter... Oh! I was hoping for an Oddish for, reasons, but this'll do nicely. I name him Steve, but then I remember I already named a Pokemon Steve at one point, so I name him Sir Stabby. I have a pretty scary battle with 2 Furfroos.
Holy look at all this damage!
And finally decide to go into Versailles. $1,000? Oh, fuck this shit. Fine. I need to go in here to progress anyways. But while I'm in here, I'm gonna be turning this Pokemon game into a thief game. Unfortunately, the only things they have in here of value is the amulet coin and cup.
Sideways for attention, long ways for result.
I also managed to save some rich guy's dog, which means I get to watch fireworks happen. Hey, doesn't it kinda look like those Dratini statues are peeing? I haven't seen them yet, but I know I'll never forget these fireworks, because I watched them with you.
What?
After that, I get the Pokemon Flute, and the butler gives me protection. Thank you, my friend, but I'm a user of withdrawal myself. So I head back to Route 7, wake up the Snorlax, and thanks to Batman's charm and Bill Clinton's smokescreen, I make Snorlax basically useless, which makes him easy to catch. Now, if my Snorlax was a girl, I would have named him something like Lysander's mom, or, something like that. But since it's a dude, I was thinking of naming him Trino, but I don't want to give Trino the honor of naming one of my Pokemon after him. So I decided to name my Snorlax Inflation instead. Moving on, god fucking damn it. On Route 7, I have a double battle with Serena against Trevor and Fatso. After the battle, I enter this castle and am bestowed the title of Baron. And speaking of titles, that brings us to the sponsor of this video, Established Title. I then enter Connecting Cave and catch a Zubat I named Tony Chase. Not gay. Not never.
How you guys doing?
I leave and...
We live in a society where honor is a distant memory.
Who's gonna give you a reach around?
On Route 8, I catch myself an Inkay and call it Callie. I guess this is just another Pokemon that I cannot evolve. We finally reach Amberletta Town. In Amberletta Town, we get the Old Rod, and I am sent on a quest to find a dude who is in a cave who may know something about Mega Evolution. On Route 9, I Rhyhorn these nuts and catch a Hippopotas. I name Anakin.
I don't like sand.
I enter the cave and catch a Rhyhorn, which I guess is another Pokemon that I can add to the list of Pokemon who cannot evolve. I name her Horny the Rhyhorn, named after a Rhyhorn I caught when I was like 9 and had no idea what that meant. We reached the end of the cave and... Hey bud, I think you got the wrong door. The Battle Chateau's 2 routes down. Listen up. We're the fashionable team whose very name makes people tremble in fear, Team Flare. Team Flare's goal is to make sure that we're the only ones who are happy.
Oh god, that was...
Fashionable? Listen here, how about you get out your Pokemon and I'll get out mine, and we'll settle it right here in this cave. Yeah. Asshole. Get out of that there, jabroni outfit. I'll show you who's boss of this cave. Come on, let's go! We sweep those losers aside and rescue the fossil guy, who gives us the jaw fossil. We take it back to the town and turn it into a tyrant. Who I call Obammer. We move on to Suplex City, where I catch a love disc I call Steelix, in the vain hope that I might manifest it into one, and lo and behold, I wake up one day and look under my pillow, and I find that my love disc has become a big, beautiful Steelix that is named Thumper. But then I decide that Thumper is probably invalid, since it's technically the second Pokemon I caught, so I guess rip Steelix. Oh boy. This next fight is usually a pain in the ass. Or at least I thought it was until I brought Inflation, who absolutely bodied the entire fight. Moving on, and ooh, I can catch an Eevee on this route. Let's see if I can be so lucky. And... oh. It's an Electrike. That's fine, I guess. I call it the Shockmaster. I encounter that jabroni from the cave and beat the ever-living crap out of him. He runs, and I give chase. And then he runs into a dead end. Gotcha now, you stupid fucking bitch. Oh, cheat. Was that Team Flare? No. Well, thanks a lot, Serena. It is because of you and you alone that Geosage Town is destroyed. I hope you're happy. I try to leave Geoedge City only to encounter that skater chick with the 2 Lucarios. She reveals that she is in fact a gym leader and challenges me to a battle with her 2 Lucario, who Anakin dispatches with relative ease. On Route 11, I catch myself a fro I name Stalin. I next enter Reflection Cave, a decently hard part of the game with annoying encounters like Obafet, and some decently powerful trainers. But I came prepared with a whole lot of repels, and the Bulbapedia article of this place, so I know which trainers to avoid. What I could not prepare for, however, was for Fatfuck over here to ambush me in the cave and flash me. I will never mentally recover from this. Oh yeah, right, I catch a Roggenrola named Roggenragon. We finally reach Solar City and go to talk to the Mega Evolution Guru, who pits myself against Serena to see which one of us can go Ultra Mega. The fight goes pretty easily. I use Inflation to blow her up, which allows me to go Ultra Mega, and also allow me to finally fight the gym leader. Now, this gym leader is usually a pain in the ass. However, since I got pretty lucky and got myself a Sir Stabby, the gym's basically free. There's like only 1 Pokemon in the entire gym that can even hit me for damage, and it's not very effective damage. So yeah, free gym. Sweet. After the battle, I am invited to the Tower of Mystery. Ooh. We get to the top of the tower and receive our Mega Ring, along with a free Lucario, who gets named Foxy. Freddy Fazbear jump scare now. So with that, we beat up the skater lady and try to move on to Route 12. Only to be stopped by Serena, who throws Surf at us and runs away. On Route 12, there's a guy that gives you a free Lapras. Man, this game really likes handouts. I call Lapras Boat, which is kind of funny, because I don't even use them as my boat. I ride around in a goat for a bit, and enter Marine City,
28 U.S. Marines.
where Serena challenges me to another battle. Oh, and I run into the Hot Professor and the Angle Lady, who are talking about Mega Evolution and stuff. Now, I was going to go to the Azure Bay, but then I saw the levels of the next gym, and thought, oh shit, if I go there, all my Pokemon are gonna be overleveled. So I quickly hightail it to the grass gym, clobber the old dude with Tony Chase, not gay, not never,
What company do you think I am?
and then go to the Azure Bay, where I catch a Tentacool I name Nestina. We next try going to the desert, only to be called by Typhlosion Head, who says some shit about a beautiful world and mega of whatever fucking. And then we run into those other people who are annoying, who tell me to illegally infiltrate a power plant to turn it back on. So after like 5 minutes of people talking to me, I finally get to the desert and catch a Trapinch, who I name Hillary Clinton. Oh, good lord. Not more of these fucking goobers. No one worth anything hangs out with a group wearing such garish outfits. That guy drops the lift key, I find the lift key, and go on in. This fucking asshole. We fight our way through the power plant and... oh dear god. It's an albino Andrew Taint and, cyberpunk Princess Daisy, who are stealing power from the power plant for some reason. And for that, I shoot their dogs, which surprisingly makes them go away. After that, 2 mysterious masked strangers show up, as if the cast wasn't already crowded enough, who give us some full restores as thanks for chasing off Team Flare. With the power back on, we are now finally able to explore all of Lumio City, and oh, it's a meth head. Oh, it's Sha-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na, who drags me all the way to the Eiffel Tower to watch her friend Clementine, the gym leader, turn it on. That sounded a bit more sexual than I wanted it to be. But now that that's done, we can finally explore Lumio City. But unfortunately, Lumio City has a very bad case of fashion racism, which can be remedied by spending like 30 minutes buying Premier Balls. Now that I can enter the expensive clothes store, I can... ooh, that's expensive. Well, time to grind out some money. While grinding up money, Hillary Clinton and Nestina evolve. Now that I have saved up a sufficient amount of money, I may finally buy the most important item in the game. The fedora. Finally, I am able to respect women properly and study the blade. And by study the blade, I mean that Sir Stabby evolves in the gym. Speaking of the gym battle, it could have gone really poorly if the AI crit Anakin or Hilldog, but they didn't. So... I meet Sycamore and Volcano Head at a cafe, and Volcano Head continues his interesting rants about beauty and wiping out the undesirables. Cringe! I agree. After that, interesting interaction, we get a call from Trevor, who tells us that everyone's meeting up on Route 14. Okay, Route 14 is there. Time to head to Route 15 and, oh, I hate this fucking region. Fine. I go to Route 14, get challenged by Serena and, oh crap. I, forgot to heal. It's fine though, because I have inflation, who gets a hat trick on soloing Serena. On Route 14, we have a chance to catch a pseudo-legendary, but unfortunately, we get this fucking piece of garbage. We also enter the spooky house with the shaky camera angle. Woo! At Laverne City, we oh shit, I forgot to get the good rod. We catch a Poliwhirl. I name Clump. After some training, we are ready to take on the gym leader. Sir Stabby takes out her first 2 Pokemon with relative ease.
Liar!
But then Sylveon comes out, and this cat, dog, bunny thing hits like a goddamn truck and really fucks up Sir Stabby's day. Luckily, Tony Chase is pretty tanky and beats Sylveon. Easy peasy, weenie squeezy. After the fight, the gym leader talks for like 10 minutes before more people start talking to me, and I have to go to a place to talk to more people so other people can go talk to me. Now that everyone's talked to me, I can finally start kicking some ass. With that red suit, you must be a member of Team Flare, right? Yeah. No shit. We fight our way through the factory and reach the owner's office and bad time. The owner of the Pokeball factory is, ironically enough, getting his balls busted by 3 prostitutes. But he refused to pay them, so it is my job to escort the escorts off the premise. I take out the head hoe, who kinda looks like a ginger Hillary Clinton, but I am jumped by the 2 lesser hoes, who attempt to double team me. We'll see about that. Sorry I'm late. Can you help me fight them? No. They've taken all the Pokeballs in the factory by force. No they didn't. On Route 15 I catch the absolute most Chad Pokemon known to man. A Klefki. Can I block this guy's number? Inside the Lost Hotel, I catch a Magneton, who I name after Creamy Sheet. Instead of going to Denville Town, we instead go to the optional Route 16. I catch a Fungus I call the Imposter, because I am permanently stuck in 2001. And you know, I wonder how many people actually go down Route 16. I mean, I don't usually, but that's because by this point, I'm usually, like, way over level. Anyways, we meet Professor Sexy and Dixion at Denmeal Town, who talk about the Pokemon on the box. Woo! Oh yeah, and Trevor shows up and tells me to go to the Frost Cavern. So I do. Not because he wanted me to or anything, you fucking dumb, idiot, stupid, moron, fool, baka, bitch.
Bitch!
But because I wanted to catch a Basculin, named Asculin. That's gonna be a surprise tool that will help us later. Oh, and I also get tired of waiting to get a Duskstone normally, so I just get one via the super training. We reach the end of the Frost Cavern, and I get stuck in a cutscene, which looks really awkward because I'm holding the dowsing mission. Hatsune Miku! I can't believe that you would join Team Flare. This is just too much for me to bear. Okay, I'm over it. Anakin, look, it's a youngling. Go get her. On Route 17, I catch a Snowbomba.
Now let me be clear.
And I'm once again called by Serena, who challenges me to a battle. Yeah, whatever. Inflation, inflate her. Ooh, Psychic Gym. Psychic Gym, Psychic Gym, Psychic Gym. Sir Stabby, go out and swords dance to the extreme. I will. Thank you, father. Oh! Oh! When I leave the gym, everyone apparently gets a call from the firehead guy.
I've come to make an announcement.
Who tells us he's gonna blow up the earth. Wait, what? He was evil? I'm gonna need to sit down for a moment. Like this is a shocking revelation. But man, end of the world. That's a real bummer. You, good sir, what do you feel about the end of the world? If you have a Pokemon by your side, you'll be A&K. Okay. I guess he doesn't really care that much. How about you, young missy? Did you know that there are Moondials too? That's, good to know. I just wanted to give a big merci to a world filled with Pokemon. I guess nobody gives a shit about the end of the world. But I do. I give such a huge shit about it that I buy a pair of incredibly overpriced pants that clash with my outfit. And you know what? I'm feeling a little hungry. Let's see what this cafe's got to offer. Today's special, a scramble. Ooh, that sounds tasty. That was super good. But I wonder what other great food this place has to offer. Today's special is get out or else. Oh god, I think I ate too much. I'm full as shit. I'm gonna... Oh, fuck! Oh, hey, look. There's a door back here. Oh, hey! It's the evil King Ganondorf. Just the dude I was looking for. Hey, could you, maybe not blow up the Earth? Lighterface asks me if I want to join Team Flare, and you know, I would say yes. However, part of the deal is that I need to wear one of their, jabroni outfits, and, I would rather die. So thus, I must now kill him. Tony Chase shows Minfu, who owns Mack Truck. But then his teeth get burned by an Aquatail critical hit from Gyarados, which hurts quite a bit. So I send in Big Papa Pump, who hits him with one big Steiner Recliner, but falls back, so Obammer can throw rocks at Murkrow and Pyro, defeating Fireman. After the fight, Flaming Moltres Face tells me that he left the key with a lady, and then runs away. Okay. So I beat up Cyberpunk Daisy, she doesn't have it. I run into those superheroes from the power plant, who tell me that they're looking for a tall dude. In the next room, we encounter those two prostitutes. So I guess Campfire Head is also into ball busting. In the final room, it's Hatsune Miku, who reveals that Lysander has been collecting people's private data via the HoloLink. Wait, what? Why the hell didn't he start with that? Join me, or else I'll reveal your internet search history to your mother.
Dear God.
No man on Earth can have that much power. He must be stopped. Oh, right, you. Bill Clinton. She has evidence of your dealings with, Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, hey, look. She has the lift key. Boop. And we're on the second floor, where Lysander is talking to that meth addict from before. He goes on some schizophrenic rant about a box, and the fact that he created a nuclear weapon. And still has the key, and he gave it to this fucking nut job. Anyways, to the third floor, and oh my god! What's wrong with your face? I mean, what the hell, Lysander? How the hell are you gonna create a new, beautiful world when a guy has a hairline that looks like this? I mean, don't get me wrong. I got the Vegeta-looking ass McDonald's arches as well, but like, seriously, man. Just go bald. After insulting this jabroni's hair, he decides that, he's gonna fight me. After the fight, Dr. Eggman tells me that I need to choose. One button will activate the ultimate weapon, and the other button will do absolutely nothing. Okay. So I leave, and thus, no button was ever pressed, and the world is saved. Man, I'm a really great thinker, aren't I?
This is big brain time.
Unfortunately, my great plan is denied by the fact that Lysander just had a remote button. So, I guess my choices were absolutely pointless. Why is this even in the game? So we fly to where the ultimate weapon is, and Serena joins us. Yay. But it's too late for her, as I have already decided to join the winning team. $5 million. Well, guess I have to kill them now. So I head down into Team Flare's base to confront Lysander about his ridiculous price requirements, gosh darn. And I see him! Ric Flair! Him and Serena start getting into an argument. And somehow Serena starts losing the argument about why we shouldn't nuke everybody. Lysander then upchucks some cum, and the battle basically goes the same to the previous one, only I need to use inflation at some point. We defeat this Vegeta hairline looking motherfucker, who tells us how to shut down the ultimate weapon. But we first must fight our way through a gauntlet of albino Hillary Clintons and Andrew Tate. Oh great. Shauna's here to slow us down. We reach the bottom and, shit. The button to stop the ultimate weapon is behind a door that's locked. Well, I guess the game's over. Luckily, Shauna just pulls something out of her ass and we bullshit our way through the door. Only to find that one of the developers got really antsy with the clone key and spawned like 8 Andrew Tates and Hillary Clintons. Truly a nightmarish existence that I would not cast upon my worst enemy. Finally, we push the button and shut down the big thing. But when we do, we release the capital Y guy. And we have to fight him. Well, that was hard. I named Wyvettle Shadow the Edgelord. And after this, we can finally continue. What the fuck is with those bugs? This time, I won't lose. Shut up and die. His fight goes exactly the same as the other one. Despite adding a Mega Gyarados to his team, what should change it up and make him much more difficult, it's really nothing. Tony Chase slaps Moonshao, Obama makes fun of Pyroar's McDonald's arch haircut, which causes him to explode. Inflation sits on Honchkrow. Finally, I have some math for you all. You see, if a Pokemon goes one-on-one with another Pokemon, he's got a 50-50 chance of winning. But Chestnut's a genetic freak. He's not normal, so you only have a 25% chance of winning, at best. But then you throw Mega Gyarados to the list, your chances of winning drastically go down. You see, Mega Gyarados is a dark water type, and Chestnut is a grass fighting type. So you take your dark water type and divide it by my grass fighting type, that means you have a 6.5% chance of winning, at best. But you take my 75% chance, if we were to go one-on-one, and times it by my grass fighting type, that gives me a 300% chance of winning. You see, Lysander, the numbers don't lie, and they spell disaster for you. Unfortunately, Lysander does not listen to the math, and gets absolutely shit on. After the battle, Lysander has an autistic fit. The ultimate weapon is a flower, bloomed to no avail. Just like me. Oh, suck my ball. But this ends here. I will show you what the remaining power of the ultimate weapon can do. Oh shit, oh crud, he's doing a Metroid. Run! So yeah, Lysander nukes himself. Good.
Good.
Oh, good God. When the hell did Lardass get here? But that's not the important thing. I had to ask everyone here. Are you sitting down? You're gonna need to, because this next plot twist, holy shit, it's gonna blow your mind. Are you sitting? Are you sitting? Are you sitting? The two mysterious superheroes who are helping us were Cinna and Dixion. Mind blown. Luckily, we're not here for long, and everyone quickly leaves. And that homeless dude once again walks up, says some stuff about eternal life, and leaves. Well, that was one hell of a detour. Anyways, on Raid 18, I get a decent chance of catching a Pupitar in the red flowers. All I have to do is make it around this bush. Okay, great. I didn't encounter a fucking Durant. Now all I have to do is... Oh, hey, look! There's an item over there. I'll just... Fuck. But not all is lost, as I can get Pupitar in this cave. Oh. Wolverine. Bub. Okay, funny story time. When I was a kid, I got lost on this route, screwing around in the Terminus Cave for like an hour. Just because I walked past this staircase. Quite stupid of me, I know. In Corway Town, I encounter Professor Handsome. We talk about Listerine and his, interesting philosophy, and have a battle for shits and gigs. In the battle, Bill Clinton makes Venusaur's penis sore, Scott Steiner blasts Blastoise, and, Obama, hits Charizard with an Iraq. After beating Sexymore, he tells me he's left a gift in the town somewhere, as thanks for beating up Team Jabroni and saving the world. Ooh, Route 19 I have a chance to get a Goodra. I don't, but I get something way better. A Quagsire. I named King, whose coronation I could not record, due to the game acting fucky. And then I get all the way to Route 20, and the game acts fucky again. And once again, I couldn't record any of it. Which sucks, because there was kind of an important part that happened there. So I reset back to where I caught Quagsire, and head to the bridge. Hopefully the game doesn't go fucky again, in a very important place. Spoilers! I head to the Bridge of Dickbags, and on it, I encountered Dickbag number 1, Shauna, who challenges me to a battle. And I utterly crush her, in this timeline at least. But in the old one, I tried to use Leech Seed on Gudra, which was a
Big mistake.
because Gudra has Sap Zipper, and then I get hit by a powerful Sludge Wave, which would have killed Scott Steiner if it happened to be a critical hit. But due to the technical problems, in this timeline I avoid that lapse in judgment. Which brings us to Dickbag number 2, this fat fuck, who shows up with his boyfriend. I also destroy Porky over here. But in the old timeline, due to Scott Steiner being on low health, his Crawdaunt gets up 2 swords dances, which would have been scary if he didn't happen to kill himself with confusion.
Suicide is badass!
Bringing us to Trevor, who berates Fatso for being a dickhead and not letting me heal before the battle. Anyways, Trevor's battle actually goes worse in this timeline than in the original one, due to the fact that Scott Steiner gets paralyzed like 5 times. Anakin kills Aerodactyly pretty easy, but then gets absolutely blasted by a critical hit Valorja Energy Ball.
He's still alive.
Luckily, Anakin blasts back with an earthquake of his own, winning us the fight. Afterwards, Trevor cries about being weak.
I'm weak.
And I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Trevor's like the second boss fight in the entire game, where all of his Pokemon had a full moveset. Looking at you, Fatso.
Oh, hell no, man.
They both run off, leaving just myself and Shauna. She talks about her feelings and gives us Waterfall. We have a heartfelt goodbye, or at least it would have been a heartfelt goodbye if the game wasn't absolutely freaking out at this point. But I'm happy. Very happy. Why? Because they'll never show up for the rest of the game. Woo! Route 20 is our next location. We are heading to the Pokemon Village, because the gym leader has decided to stay there, instead of, you know, being in his gym. Route 20 is kind of like the Lost Forest from Zelda. It infinitely wraps unless you go the correct way. Okay, another story time. When I was a young child, I went in this forest
For no reason at all!
and caught myself a shiny Among Us. This was before the funny Among Us meme, so I wanted to trade my Among Us for maybe a different shiny Pokemon. But instead of doing trade of random, I instead accidentally did Wonder Trade and traded away my Among Us for a Fletchling. Speaking of catching a Pokemon, I catch a Truant. My name, exclamation point, male symbol, female symbol, plus minus star / equals % vagina. After getting lost for a bit, I finally reached the Pokemon Village and convinced the gym leader to do his job. Oh, and I catch a Noctowl I call Dr. Who. You like jizz? Ice Gym. Ice Gym, Ice Gym, Ice Gym. Ice Gym. Meet Bill Clinton and the American foreign policy. This does not look up to proper health and safety measures. On Route 22... Remember Asculin and Clump? Well, because I caught those 2 Pokemon, if I use a Super Rod on this route, the only Pokemon I can catch is Dragonair. I name it after everyone's favorite Smash Brothers character, Core.
Smash!
Before taking on Victory Road, I explore Route 22 and Route 21. I get myself Earthquake, and after spending like 30 minutes on the most complicated strength puzzle I've ever seen in my life, I get Solar Beam, which kinda blows. But after doing that, I'm ready to take on the Victory Chode. And this is about to get a little bit confusing. But when I enter Victory Road, I end my recording and start a new one, because I don't want the visuals to fuck up. And I try out this strategy, which is to get a Pokemon that's level 59 and use a Super Repel. This way, it ups my chances of getting a Dino, which would be super cool to have. And guess what? I do get that Dino. And then the recording fucks up, and the game crashes. So I load it up, and I try again. And I don't get a Dino. I instead get a girder. And, I'm a little bit frustrated, a little bit angry. Not exactly the happiest person. But whatever, fine. I guess this is the last Pokemon we can add to the list of Pokemon I cannot evolve. Because of these events, I'm, a little bit frustrated. And I just want to get this fucking game over with. So I rush forth with reckless abandon, not even taking my customary glance at the Bulbapedia article for this area, which turns out to be a big mistake, because I run myself right into a fight with this fucking guy, who I swear has a counter to all of my fucking Pokemon. I send out Scott Steiner, he's got Poison Jab. I send out Aegislash, he's got Earthquake. But I think I got him now. If I send out Bill Clinton, I'll get a free switch in. And not just that, I got Wing Attack. I'm gonna be able to hit this guy with a stab super effective move, which will send him straight to hell. And you know what? I bet he doesn't even have stone. Are you fucking kidding me? He lived on 1 health? Oh, fuck. You fucking kidding me? 1 fucking health? Oh, fuck me. So yeah. Bill Clinton dies. That kinda blows. He's like the second oldest Pokemon I have on the team, and he would have definitely fit a very useful role in destroying the Steel-type guy. This is just fucking ass. Well, I guess there's nothing I can do. Goodbye, Bill Clinton. May you rip in pepperoni. Moving on, this time with Bulbapedia, and let me just say, I'm really not having a good time in this Victory Road, which is unfortunate, because I really like this iteration of Victory Road. I like the inside part, the outside part, and I like all these ruins and stuff like that. Oh, and speaking of ruining things, hello, Serena. How would you like to ruin your character today? I've been thinking ever since all that trouble in Geosage Town. Lysander only chose Team Flare. You and I chose everyone but Team Flare. But since our position forced our hands, can anyone really say any of us were really right? What? I'm pretty sure the position of nuking every person who isn't in my little group isn't okay. Both sides have something to say. Maybe it's best that we meet halfway? Serena, this isn't like the economy or something. It's really not that complicated. I even created this lovely flowchart to explain Team Flare's morality. But you know what, you're right. We should meet Team Flare halfway. We should kill half the life on Earth, and half of Team Flare.
Perfectly balanced, as all things should be.
And the battle begins with this absolute fucking knob job. And as much as I would like to say that inflation absolutely flattened her, he didn't. He did kill Meowscarada and Delphox, which, you know, is the important one to kill.
Bruh.
Oh, and Sir Stabby and Scott Steiner clean up the rest. Afterwards, she tries to pull a Spider-Man and say, "We're not so different, you and I," and then runs off. Good riddance. This is also the last time we're gonna see her, so woo! And also, speaking of good news, we've reached the end of Victory Road without taking more casualties, which means it's pre-Elite Four faffing time. Despite keeping 7 Pokemon as mainstay party members, I decide to train up a new member. I rearranged Sir Stabby's EVs so that he's a little bit faster, and I level up all my Pokemon to level 66. I also gave everyone at least 2 hearts and Pokemon to me, I was gonna do max hearts for everyone, but that would have taken forever. And the most important thing I do before the Elite Four is absolutely drip myself out with all the money I got. Now is to talk about the party that will be taking on the Pokemon League. I was originally gonna give a big long summary about every single Pokemon I have in my party, but instead I'm just gonna tell you about the party member that I added for the Elite Four, which is Corn, the Dragonite. Okay, now that you know that, here's the party I'm gonna be using, here's all their moves, and that's my team. Hopefully I don't crash and burn horribly. So we go on in and talk to Hello. She welcomes us to the Elite Four, yada yada yada. I'm fucking tired of reading. So, in this Elite Four, you can choose which member you want to fight in which order, and I decide to follow the Hot Lady. She welcomes us to her blazing chamber. Yeah. And it starts going down. Obammer sets up stealth rocks and kills Pyroar, but then has to step out because he is hit by Noble Roar. I send in Anakin, who slices down Torkoal and Talonflame, and finally it's Chandelure time, who gets absolutely walled by Inflation, who does his thing, winning us our first battle. Steel time and good god, this guy talks like a nerd. Klefki torments Anakin,
You're in my very soul, tormenting me.
but then gets hit by a big earthquake. Then Probopass comes out, who proceeds to get Ice Fanged, and then Earthquaked. Aegislash is next, who hits us hard with a big steel head, but goes down to an Earthquake. Finally, his last Pokemon, Scizor, who gets killed in one hit by Fire Fang, winning us the battle.
Was that the bite of 87?
Which is also an Anakin sweep. Way to go, my guy. Okay, for this next battle, I'm doing something risky. You see, Corn needs to set up one Dragon Dance to sweep through the entire team. The only problem is, she needs to take a Dragon Pulse from her first Pokemon that will kill if it's a critical hit, so let's see what happens. Okay, Corn slaps the shit out of all the Mannequins, which means we're on the last fight. Probably the hardest fight in the entire endgame. This Water Turd. At least he seems pretty tough. I mean, you know, he has a Gyarados with a good moveset, and a Starmie, who also has a good moveset. I don't really have a Pokemon who can go full sweeping here. Gordon Ramsay asks us a philosophical question, and that is, are Pokemon battles art? And I tell him, no. Of course not. You just hit them with your best super effective move and win. This was a big mistake. The battle starts pretty well. Scott Steiner takes out Clawitzer, Inflation inflates Starmie, and Scott Steiner dodges a cross chop from Barnacle and slaps him with a Seed Bomb, leaving his last Pokemon, Gyarados. So I set up a Leech Seed on Gyarados, and he does a Dragon Dance.
No pain.
Next I hit him with a Seed Bomb, which will be a 3-hit kill.
Mild.
He also uses another Dragon Dance. Okay.
Moderate.
Next I get hit by an Ice Fang, which takes Scott Steiner down to around half health. But you know, Gyarados is almost dead. All I need to do is use Spike Shield next turn, and the battle is over. But Gordon Ramsay is an asshole, and he has used the funds from his popular TV show to buy himself a whole bunch of full restores, and gets himself a free full heal on Gyarados.
Severe.
Okay, he's on low health again. All I have to do is use another Spiky Shield, and he had 2 full restores. Okay, I'll just use Spiky Shield again, and next turn, instead of hitting me with Ice Fang, he used Dragon Dance again, which is his 5th Dragon Dance at this point.
Very severe.
Okay. Inflation. Go out, tank the Ice Fang. This was a mistake, because when I set out Inflation, he sets up another Dragon Dance, which means he's at +6 attack and +6 speed, which is, not good. It's so not good that I believe that Inflation can tank a Waterfall, and it turns out he can't, which means that Inflation dies. I'll roll up to the first Pokemon, spam out a bunch of Dragon Dances, and then proceed to beat the ever-living shit out of the Elite Four.
Get what you fucking deserve! I'm just hard! Just ask my hooches!
I send out Scott Steiner, who uses Spiky Shield on him. And then I switch out to Sir Stabby, who takes a +6 critical hit Ice Fang. And then protects against the Earthquake. I switch back into Scott Steiner, who tanks the Earthquake. And finally, this behemoth goes down. But at what cost? Inflation has deflated.
Golly!
As the door opens to the champion's room, I give Sir Stabby 2 rare candies and head on in to confront what might possibly be the most useless champion ever. And I absolutely cream her. Easy peasy. If you want an explanation, her first Pokemon, a Luchador, basically can't do anything to Sir Stabby,
Ooh, that's kind of small.
allowing him to easily set up 3 Swords Dances, and then sweep the rest of her team with either Shadow Sneak or Steelhead. The only Pokemon that might give you problems is Pumpkaboo, as Pumpkaboo is a little bit faster than Aegislash, and also has Shadow Sneak, which gives them the potential to kill Aegislash. However, since I put a lot of speed investment into my Aegislash, he was easily able to outspeed and kill. And that's basically the game. A few days later, crowds of people gather in Lumio City to celebrate its 5 defenders. Wait, what? Okay. So Cringe is a defender. So is Serena and Shauna, because, they helped out as well. But, who are the other defenders? Maybe Dixion and Cinna? They did delete everyone's browser history. So it's gotta be... Oh, no. Really? Trevor and Lardass? What the fuck did they... Oh, who gives a shit? I get a fancy medal, and that homeless dude challenges me to a battle, which is actually harder than the champion, as Obama needs to be switched out because he gets burned. And I have to send in Anakin, who cleans up Torkoal and Syphilis. I actually learned something new in this battle. It turns out that Phantom Force can actually hit around Protect, which is something I never knew, which is pretty cool, I guess. And finally, we finish off the game with Big Papa Pump, delivering one last Steiner Recliner onto Golurk, winning us the battle. Meth Man forgives himself for creating the ultimate weapon, and because of that, his Pokemon from like 1,000 years ago pops out of this PNG. And they are reunited. Oh, good God. I just realized we're standing on a PNG too. This doesn't seem physical. And that's the game. Oh, X and Y. Why are you the way you are? Now, I know I've been shitting on this game for like an hour or so, but I really like this game. I mean, Kalos is super beautiful, and the clothing in this game, the fit! I mean, just look at me. I'm styling and profiling out here like I'm goddamn Ric Flair. And even the shitty story and characters, just for me, make it so much more enjoyable. I mean, The game would just be so much less fun if Trino and Lysander weren't in the game. But despite how much I like it, the game is just so not good. And I feel that really has to come down to the battles, which are just super easy. I don't know who decided that most of the gym leaders in this game would only have like 3 moves on each of their Pokemon. Oh, yeah, wait, speaking of battles, I forgot. I was doing a Nuzlocke. It was fun! The reason why I decided to play X and Y over maybe a better game to do a Nuzlocke, like maybe Pokemon Emerald, or Platinum, or Black, or Heart Gold, or Pearl, or Ruby, or Pokemon Yellow, or Crystal, or Sword, or Let's Go Pikachu, or Pokemon Go, or Pokemon Masters, or Pokemon Sleep, or Hey You Pikachu, or Fire Emblem Fates, or Pokemon Academy Life, is really just because I wanted an excuse to talk about this game's boopy story. Oh yeah, right, and Pokemon AZ's coming out, which means this game is once again topical. Anyways, I've been talking for too long. If you like the video, be sure to dislike it, flag a comment in the comment section, and report the video. Thanks for watching. And if you need me, I will be playing Xenoblade Chronicles X on the Nintendo Wii U system. See ya.